Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your girl Connie, and we are back watching another episode of A Free Mind, where it's not just on me, but it's in me. Today, I have a very beautiful guest. Please tell them your name.
Hi, I'm KG.
KG, period. How's your week been, girl?
Girl, it's been good, just working.
Working. Yeah, I want to ask you about that too later. Working, how that's going. But I'll get to that right now. So pretty much today, I wanted to talk to you about a little something that came across my mind because I was on the phone with this dude and we were just having a conversation and we was just like, I don't know what we was talking about, but I ended up being like, man, F equal rights just equal to respect me. Where I'm like, dang, when I said it, I'm like, dang, I just said a word. I'm like, I just said something. So when I got to thinking about it, I'm like, what would it have been like if instead of having to fight for equal rights, if we was just equally respected? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I just felt like then and now it's like two different times. So I understand why then it was like, okay, we want to be equally treated equally as far as in like jobs, things like that. And so like with equal rights, the actual meaning of it is to have, equalness between people regardless of race, gender, age, and yeah. So it's just to simply have equal rights. And I'm just like, well, if men would have just respected us, we wouldn't have had to fight for equal rights. What you think?
I feel like it go hand in hand. I feel like putting men in that position made them feel like they could just, kind of walk all over us because they were the main providers of the household.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I feel like women kind of had to show them like, this ain't all we got.
Yeah, because they used to get beat back in the day.
Girl couldn't say nothing, nothing. Could have told the police. The police was not giving a fuck. Oh, hey, Jimmy. Like, what?
Yeah, like,
Hell
that's
nah.
your wife. It's okay. No, it's not okay. So, with that, it's like I understand why it was like, okay, we need to get equal rights. But then I had seen, did you see the new movie, The Color Purple?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Have you seen the old one?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what it's about.
Right.
So think about that movie, right?
Mhm.
Watching that movie when Celie was getting beat on and raped and she was sold off into this marriage, it's like that right there opened my eyes and be like, dang, this is why they wanted equal rights. Because the way they was getting treated back then, baby, I just don't know.
They was doing what you could have hit your woman in public with nobody saying nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing and nothing.
So like now, I'm starting to think that like, what if we was just equally respected in a way of like, okay, because the thing is even though now and then is different, we have our own roles as far as in genders, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Gender roles is a real thing, regardless of what people want to say or whatever. It's a real thing as far as in I can give birth. You as a man, you can't. That's a role that I have, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like people be killing me when it's like, oh, this is okay, yeah, all the extra stuff. So I'm like, okay, what if I don't know, lost my train of thought. Oh, y'all.
It's not even liquor in your cup.
No, it's not. But it's like with us having our different roles as far as in genders. I think men like back then didn't necessarily respect our roles as far as in what that was like back then. Because of course now it's different, right? Like women would be housewives or whatever. They would cook, clean, whatever. Had their kids, take care of their kids, and nurture. Like they would be nurturing in a way. And those duties of a woman were, to me, they were not seen and not respected, to where really, I feel like each role, as far as in the different genders, is they both equally need respect. You know, the man needs to be respected for him providing, while the woman needs to be respected for her taking what's provided and multiplying it. Because it's like, without us and us doing that duty, how far along could you go as a man? You know what I mean? Like, it's like you need us.
Yeah, but that just go like I saw something on Instagram the other day, and it was like, let's stop the cap. Like, men need women, and women need men, and it's true. I feel like it goes hand in hand. Like, you have to be able to respect each other's roles and respect what each other does and what each of you bring to the table as a couple, as a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, if men would have been more like, if they would have respected it more, and not made it as hard. I feel like because it's not just men not respecting their women, because it wasn't all men not respecting their women. It was just a system set up to where men automatically felt, you know, superior to women. Because, well, I'm bringing the money home. Without me, you're nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have, and big families were common back then. You got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my kids. What are you gonna do? Like, if you catch me cheating, what are you gonna do? Like, where can you go? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't go anywhere. So I feel like that kind of forced women into a position of like, something's got to change because you're enduring all this. I don't want to say abuse, but like making being felt like inferior to your husband, somebody you're supposed to be a team with, and it's because you're not viewing what each other brings to the table. You're just well, I bring this to the table and it trumps what you bring. You're comparing, and you're not supposed to compare because women have their roles and men have their roles. Not saying a man can't do what a woman can do, and I'm not saying a woman can't do what a man can do, but God made a woman out of a man's rib for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if a woman's role is to provide, or to, not to provide, but to, nurture and take care of the kids and cook and clean, that's great, but the man has to respect of, I wouldn't be able to do that on my own.
On your own type.
Right. Like, I wouldn't be able to do what I do now and do what she does. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that kind of comes into like, oh, she's making my life easier. I can work. I can provide. And she's taking care of my kids. She's taking care of my household. I know my household is good. I know my kids are good. Because she's being a good mother. That's something to respect. And as a woman, you can't view it as like, I take care of your kids. I cook. I clean. I slave in the house every day. I'm stuck in the house every day. You got to kind of like respect though. Like, my man's getting up 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, going to work, sometimes not even getting home till 5, 6, 7 at night. You know what I'm saying? And having to deal with this, and this at work, like, it's stressful. So you got to appreciate what your man is bringing to the table too. You feel me? And I just feel like some people in relationships get so caught up in their own feelings that they don't take time to think about their partner. So then the communication, it gets fucked up, and then sorry, can I say fucked up?
Yeah,
we'll edit it out later.
Kids.
Period.
It's for kids, so. No, I agree 100% what you're saying. Like, that jogged my memory back to when I was having that phone conversation with my friend. He was talking about how his wife had went out of town for like a week or something, and he had to still go to work and take care of the kids on his own. He said within that week, he realized how important her role was to the family, because it's like, he was like, man, I had to get up early, get earlier than what I have to take myself to work, but then to get the kids ready, to, get them fed and stuff, and then sent to school every day, and then have to pick them up. He was like, and then clean up behind them, cook for them. He was like, he really started to then appreciate what it was that she does, because even she though still works as well, because we're in a more modern time, so of course she still goes to work too, but she's working, but then also doing her duties as well. Not saying that he's not helping with her duties. It's like they're in like a 50-50 as far as in their duties or whatever. And I was just like, that's what made me think, like, man, if men would just respect our roles, then we wouldn't have to, fight for equal rights, and I wouldn't be forced to have to work today. That's the problem, okay?
That's your problem.
That's the problem. I wouldn't have to be forced to work, because the thing is I want to work. I don't want to have to work.
Right.
So I want to work because I choose to, not because
like,
I have to.
You want to have his money, but still have your own money too.
Yeah.
That's what it boiled down to at the end of the
so
day.
when I get married, I don't want to have to work. Like, if I have to work, that's a problem if I'm married. If I'm single, then okay, I gotta take care of myself. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, people.
Are you like a mom that like wants to be at home with your kids like 24/7?
I don't want to be at home 24/7, but I want to have something that's like extremely successful to where I'm making money while I'm with my kids.
Right.
But then if I need to go into the business or whatever to check on it and do like that, I can do that. But I don't be obligated to be on someone else's time.
Yeah, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, and then trying to squeeze kids in and stuff like that. So that's what I want.
Right.
And I'm not going for none of that, because I feel like sometimes when it comes with respect, it's like a submission thing. So back when you were saying that women felt inferior to men because how men, took that role and decided to be, extremely dominating or whatever. I think that both roles need to be submissive to each other. Right. Both genders need to be submissive. And saying that to say, like, be as a man, you should be a leader, but you should know how to also follow as well. So when it comes to me being in my role, understand that in my role I may lead in that, but sometimes you're gonna have to like be submissive to that and either chip in when you need to, or just simply respect the role as is, like submit to it and understand that I'm in charge of this, kind of, in a way. You can still step in and help, but then I'll also be submissive to you as a man, and I'll allow you to lead the family with whatever it is that you're, that wherever it is you're taking us to.
But you got to know where you're going.
Yes.
Because I just made a post about this the other day after Cat Williams' interview. I had said, like, he was saying, you have all these women out here, who don't got a man, can't keep a man because she acting like a man. And that's right to an extent. But we have to think about how the men are acting these days. Because, like I said, a man is supposed to lead. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. Period. A man was meant to lead. A man was created by God to lead. That's why they were the first person created. A man was not, they can be now, but a man was not created from a woman. A woman was created from a man. I said it once, I say it again. So if you're not leading, you don't have no goals, no vision for yourself, no plans. You don't got no car, no job. You still with your mama. Like, there's no problem with that, but you got to have a goal. You got to have some sort of motion. You got to be able to say, like, at least I'm doing this. Like, yeah, this is my current situation, but I'm stacking up for this. Or, I'm making this move, or I'm going back to school. I'm doing this. You got to have some sort of plan. Y'all expecting us to be soft and submissive and basically follow you, but you don't even know where you're going. So what am I following? Girl. You know what I'm saying? And some women get tired of that. And some women get tired of, like, I'm not following you because you ain't got no motion. I'm about to just make the motion myself and follow myself, So, and I feel like that's what has put a lot of women in that independent, somewhat dominant energy and self. And men are now having a problem with that. And now men are acting like bitches. I'm sorry. Not all, but some. Most. Are acting like bitches and like they want to be chased. Like, I'm sorry. My dad never told me that he was making a woman pay for dinner on a date. My dad took women on dates.
And paid the bill.
My
daddy, when I was a kid, wouldn't even let me buy nothing. If I had like little $5 in my pocket, he would not let me spend my money at all. He was like, no, you better keep that money. No, my daddy, yeah. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with these people, but it's like things have just reversed in a way.
But also, to that point, I was raised by my father, just my father. So, I mean, when I was like 9, 10 years old, he got married to another woman. But for most of my life, I was raised just by my father, solely by my father. And so I learned to kind of be that independent type because my daddy was like, you're not about to be one of these women that's out here relying on a man. You're not about to be letting a man pay your bills because what he feeds you, he could also starve you with. You know what I'm saying? So he giving you all this money. What happens? Y'all get into it. He gave you this, but what happens? Y'all get into it. Because if the love not real, he gonna be quick to snatch that away, and you left with nothing. So he always taught me, like, even if you have a man, like, you want a man that'll do for you, but you still want to do for yourself just in case. You know, so that's the mentality I was always raised with. So, and even my stepmom, she is man, this lady got her master's. Well, she was still in college when my dad met her. Like, I mean, she was older, but she was like working on her master's. And so she was very smart, very confident, very, like firm in what she says, and she's very straightforward. She doesn't bullshit. She doesn't sugarcoat, and that's the one person that taught me that shit. Like, when I was younger, I used to like walk around on eggshells and stuff. Like I didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I used to people please. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a submissive woman. Nah, but with what my daddy was teaching me and my stepmama, I was like, oh hell nah, fuck y'all. Like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna make my own money. You can't tell me what to do. Like, if I'm making my own money, making my own moves, like, I don't need you. If you're around, it's because I want you around. And that's just kind of the mindset that I have, but that's not a soft, submissive woman mindset.
I think back to another point you had made about like, where are you leading me to? Like, that's a huge question. When you're dealing with a man, or you're about to start dealing with a man, the main question should be, where are you going as a person? Where are you going? And it's like, today people don't know where they're going for real. They have no clue what the future looks like for them. And
thinking short term,
can kind of will get in relationships with people and won't even, that's not even a question on their minds. And it's like, that needs to be asked, because again, like, just how you said, so if this man is like doing everything for you, he can easily take it away. So it's like, I agree that you definitely need to have something of your own. And don't also like be so quick to be with somebody, you know what I'm saying, just because you alone or something like that, because that can happen. And I don't know, people just, they definitely don't have a lot. I'm not gonna say everybody. A lot of people don't know where they're going, or they don't know what 5 to 10 years looks like for them. And when you ain't got that type of like a thought process, I don't even want to talk to you for. I'm talking about, like, as far as the man, I don't even want to talk to you.
Because how can you see a future with me? You can't even see a future within yourself.
Like, baby, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know.
I can't stand, like, people who just see the short term. Like, I mean, I don't want to say that, because I know people are growing and stuff like that, whatever. But people who, and some people, that's the only way that they can live is the short term. You know what I'm saying? Because they're either struggling or in a situation where it's like, that's really all that matters is, what happens within. Yeah, you feel me? So, but the people who have the opportunity to see themselves somewhere, like a goal. I'm not saying you gotta go to college. I'm not saying you gotta
have a purpose. Have something.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you gotta go to college. I'm not saying you gotta be a millionaire. I'm not saying, if you're not a millionaire by the age of 30, you're a broke bitch. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, if that dream inside you, you know what I'm saying? If you're not working toward it, then what are you working for?
Towards.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if you want to be a mechanic, but you out here just smoking weed every day, getting high every day, not having no purpose, you living off your girlfriend, you feel me? Like,
yeah,
what is that? What is that? You ain't got your own car, you ain't got your own house, You don't have nothing of your own. Like, you driving your girlfriend shit. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, the way things have just changed here now. So like, kind of going back to what we initially started out with these roles or whatever. Like, we were forced as women to step into a more masculine role to go out and provide for ourselves because we had to, because we was
We
either
wasn't
getting
getting the
beat,
respect, so we was gonna respect
right,
ourselves.
right, we was either getting beat, starved, raped, all types of stuff that was just simply happening to us. So it's like, to understand what these roles are and the nature of them, like, just how you said, okay, that mindset you may have had might just not be a feminine mindset, but you have to have a balance of both that masculine and that feminine.
Facts.
Knowing when to go outside to be in your masculine, because when you go to work, you have to be in your masculine energy to work, because it's action. You're taking action to go to work, clock in, deal with people. That's a masculine thing to do, to go to work. Like, it's masculine. That is some masculine stuff. I'm so serious. It is. I'm not even lying. Just because of the fact that that's you putting in action. If I was to start painting, the process of creating would be feminine, but the action of me painting would be masculine, because it's the action. So it's like, even though you say you might have that, right, it's okay to have a balance of both that masculine and that feminine, knowing when to tap into the different natures that is. Because I just feel like if we was just equally respected instead of having to go for equal rights, we wouldn't have had to step into a more masculine role. We could have stayed a little bit more feminine. With us being respected, and men understanding the roles of what we do actually benefits you, because you said earlier how without, like, women or something like that, you said something about how, like, without us women, it would make their job harder. Something I can't remember exactly what you said, but
it would
just
make
the
their
simple
life
truth.
harder. It would make their life harder because think you got 3 kids. I mean, you gotta figure out how to get them to school. If you can't get them to school yourself, you gotta think about a daycare before and after program. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about who picking them up. Like, that's more money out your pocket if you gotta do the before and after program. You gotta think about, oh shit, I gotta be home by this time because I gotta cook for them. I gotta clean up after them. I gotta put them to bed. I gotta give them their baths. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how old they are. Like, I gotta put them to bed. I gotta make sure they doing their homework. I gotta help them with their homework. There's a lot of stuff. I gotta clean the whole house.
And you know what? That's the surface level stuff.
Yeah.
Of dealing with kids. I don't have kids, but I understand that it's deeper than just, that's like the surface level. You have to be in a mindset to be like, okay, what am I going to allow them to consume, as far as in food, media, who am I going to allow them to be around, making sure that they're safe, making sure that they receive the love that they need, the discipline they need, stuff like that. It's just deeper. It's levels to it. I feel like, even though I don't have no kids, I feel like it's common sense to know that just that surface level stuff is deeper than just that. So imagine having to do all of that on your own as a man. But what's so crazy is women do it today by themselves. They have to be the man, and they have to be the father, and they got to be the mother. And you see that more so than you see the other way around. Not saying that there aren't single fathers out here. There are, but if we would just simply respect each other, and as far as in what we were both put on this earth to do, the family dynamic would be more peaceful, more respectable. Like, it'll be more love and all that good stuff, that you need to have in families and whatnot. Even though I got no family, but it's okay. I don't need one to know it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, it would definitely help create a better family dynamic, but that also goes along with picking who you have a baby with wisely. a word. There's a
That is a
reason why
word.
you were supposed to be married before you have sex.
That is a word. That's why I don't want to have no kids. If I'm not married, I don't want it.
Yeah, that's my mindset now. Like, if I'm not married, I don't want no kids.
But you,
I am married, though.
you're married. So
I want
you
one
can have
more.
another one.
I know, I want one more.
When you gonna have one?
That's to be determined. I want a boy real bad. Real bad.
Real
And if
bad?
I get another girl, I might cry.
You
Not to
probably
be
will cry.
ungrateful, because I'm grateful. But if y'all knew my daughter, that's a no limit soldier right there, and I cannot take another one. I can't do another one. I can't. The women that got 3, 4, 5, 6 kids, more than that.
I don't put nobody's
Lord,
business out
que
there.
usted bendiga mis amores, porque, oof.
I don't put nobody's business out there, but
Oof.
I am, because it's my platform. My sister has 7 kids.
Oof. It take a soldier to have that many
She
kids.
is
A soldier, and to be able to do it correctly, a soldier, and still remain sane.
Correctly? That's the thing, because it's
like,
you
and
don't
by
even know what correct is.
correctly, I mean, like, you know, like actually showing each kid love, like actually providing for each kid, you know what I mean? Be able to, you know, cook meals for each
with
kid.
them being different
within
themselves.
Yes.
They're not all the same. They're not gonna receive love the same.
And to keep, you know, your cool, like you're not screaming at them, you're not beating the fuck out of them, you know what I'm saying? Like to like be a good parent and like, you feel me? Not saying like there's a definition of a good parent,
That's
but
why I'm cool on kids, because she got enough for me to just go pick up one and be done. Give them back.
I know. And you gotta buy a bigger car. You gotta think about your car size too, cause shit, bitch, it's like 6 seat. You gotta get a minivan, a 7, 8 seater, 8 seater boy. And at most you can have is 6 kids. And don't let it be too. What's them called? The baby seats.
The car seats.
I don't know why I couldn't think about that. I have a whole kid. The baby seats. Because, I mean, it's like a car seat, but then you got, like, the booster seat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they, like, older, when they, like, 5.
Yeah.
Type 5.
Moral of the mother story is...
That was cute.
Respect. Respect women and what they do. Respect women and what they do, because without them, I'm just like, y'all don't understand how hard it'll be. Like, I don't think they get it.
And vice versa.
They don't get it. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to raise kids without a man. I'm pretty sure. I'm positive that it is.
Definitely, because no child was meant to be without a father or a mother. You know what I'm saying? That's why, again, you're supposed to wait till after marriage to have sex. Because.
But of course, times is changing.
Very much.
We popping stuff before marriage.
I already repented. And I'm learning I learned my lesson the very hardest way that I could have ever learned my lesson.
Yeah. But you only got one though, so that's real good versus.
Oh yeah, bitch, I'm not going. After one, I was like, I'm not going. Like, this is hard. Like, and maybe it's just because, like, I'm a person that gets overstimulated easily.
Yeah.
And so, like, I have to work 10 times as hard to try to, like, keep my cool. And sometimes I don't. Like, sometimes I get upset. But, I mean, I still...
You're human.
Talk to my child. I still apologize to my child because I feel like children deserve, you know, respect and apologies too. That's a big thing. Like, I don't just, you know, yell at my child or smack her butt and then walk away and come back 20 minutes later and ask her if she's hungry, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how we used to get done. Like, you would get
real
beat,
bad,
and then your mom would be like, "You want something to eat? You want to go to McDonald's?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, okay. She loves me.
No. Maybe she not mad at me no more.
Yeah.
You be like, she knows she took it too far. Like,
yeah, but instead we needed to have that communication. Like,
yeah, like the acknowledgement. Myself. The acknowledgement, I think. Because when you don't acknowledge it, then it's like that creates the vibe of walking around on eggshells. You know what I'm saying? And I try hard not to do that. Because, you know, my dad was I'm very much like my dad. And when I was younger, I was like, oh, why are you acting like this? But now that I have a child, I'm like,
You're understanding.
fuck, this is why he was acting like this. And I was like, bro, but I got to thinking, I'm like, bro, I was not nowhere near as bad as my daughter is. My daughter is bad as fuck. Like, when I was younger, I mean, I guess I got my ass beat. I don't be beating my daughter ass like that. But I got my ass beat good, real bad.
Yeah.
And so I would be like, when my dad come home, on my mama, when my dad come home from work, don't say a word, bitch. Don't say a word.
Don't do nothing.
No, don't even move, bitch, because the motherfucker will get mad at me if I walk in front of the TV, if I'm breathing too heavy.
What? That's wild. Yeah.
It's because he used to work so much, though. Like, he would leave and go to work at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then not get home till like 7, 8 o'clock at night, you know what I'm saying? So he would be like tired, overstimulated, and like, you know, working hard and stuff like that. So that's why I was like, shut the fuck up, KT, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, plus
don't
he was
move,
the only
bitch.
Parent. Plus, it's like you're a kid, you don't know.
Yeah.
You when you look back on being a kid, it's like you really don't know why, you know, how hard the world is,
right?
And how hard it is for a parent to go out there and do what they do, and they have to come back and yeah. So
that's why I said when I was younger, I really didn't understand it. I was just like, oh, like, why is he treating me like this? And then, you know, now that I'm older and that, like, I have a child myself, I'm like, fuck, he was fucking torn the fuck up. Like, working 12-hour days, you know, trying to do everything himself. Like, I was like, fuck, bro, he was going through it. And I was just there crying in the corner about a Kids Bop magazine. I'd be pissed too. What the fuck? Sometimes I'd be looking at my daughter like, girl, why is you yelling? Like, why are you mad? Like, why are you crying? Because I want another Band-Aid. This one's not pink. And I'd be like, girl. Oh, I'm about to backhand your ass.
You know what the world is like, and you talking about a Band-Aid?
Boy, and she be getting mad. My daughter is so spoiled. She has never really heard the word no for real until my husband. Like, my husband, thank God, he is so authoritative. Like, he used to be in the police or whatever, you know. So, he's very authoritative. And I'm like, no, I don't want to hit her. I don't want to hit her butt. I was like, I don't want to spank her. He was like, spank her butt right now. Or smack her mouth because she should not have said that. And I'm like, and then like I get to cry and he's like, oh no, honey, oh no. Like he's like, no. He say, don't let her see you crying. Oh my God. And I'm like, ew.
It's just natural for me, and that's why it's important for men, because it's just natural for men to be there to discipline. Like all my daddy would have to do is just say my name. He'd be like, Connie Marie, and I'd be like, I'm acting right. That's all he had to do. My daddy only like probably whipped me like a few times, and when he did, he whipped me like I got whooped with branches, all types of stuff. So like when he would call my name, yeah,
what's up, bro?
Going on? Yeah, but
I knew my daddy. He used to yell my shit from the bottom of the stairs. Whenever I get in trouble, I'm like, I'm disappearing up to my room. What the fuck is y'all talking about? I'm not waiting around for no ass whoopings.
Okay, hiding in your bed and stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up a little bit. I do like to ask a question though to people that are on the pod, right? Because you know it's called a free minds. It's about us elevating to our higher selves, even though that's not really the topic for today. I want to know what is something that you do. Because you see yourself, you see a higher version of yourself, right?
Right.
Right. You somebody that's like that's that girl. You know you want to get to that girl, right? What's something that you do now to get you to her, like to get you to your higher self? Is it like something that you may like do daily, like you practice maybe daily to like get closer to your higher self?
I say every day I pray. Like I wake up and I pray. I journal my prayers. I talk to God a lot throughout the day, and I rely on Him a lot. But I also put in the work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I have a couple jobs, but I also am about to go back to school.
Okay.
So, you know, just trying to
elevate in a way,
like
spiritually
and financially. You feel me? Because a lot of, I don't want to be that person, but I'm going to be that person. A lot of this without God wouldn't be possible.
No,
A
for
lot
real.
of shit. A lot of stuff. I almost ghost. Sorry. A lot of this like would not be possible without him, you know. So I mean, I still fall short every day, but at least trying to keep the line of communication open and recognizing him as something bigger than myself always. So
What? Okay, so then
one more question. Go ahead.
What's something the most challenging about getting to her?
The temptations.
Mm.
The temptations. That can be anything. That can be anything. Like I also go to the gym at least 5 to 6 days a week. The temptations to, you know, maybe not go or to ruin everything that you did in the gym, outside of the gym, by eating those donuts, by caving in and overeating and, you know, not really feeding for nutrients, but feeding for, you know, taste. For taste. So it's all about not trading what you you know want in the long run for what you want now.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have a discipline. Like that's all. Any goal that you have, it comes down to is just discipline and consistency. Yes, ma'am. Whether you're in the gym, whether you want a job, whether you got a passion for something, you know, like clothes or, you know, hair, makeup, to be a lawyer, to be a doctor, anything.
Right.
A doctor is very disciplined and consistent. And nursing, healthcare, period. Because that schoolwork is hard, baby. Hard and it's long. I'll be damned if I'm in school for 8 to 12 years. I'll be damned.
That is wild.
I give the people that do that their flowers. Just like I give the women who have hella children and the men that take care of their children hella flowers.
Because me clapping for the ones that don't.
Or the women that don't.
Yeah. Period. So, yeah. This was great. This was a great little episode.
We did better than I thought we would. I was actually kind of nervous.
You know what? It actually gets better once you start talking and you just not worry about that. It gets way better.
Yeah.
I was nervous a little bit too. But yeah, so this was a great little episode. I did not tell y'all before. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Period. Don't forget respect. Respect. Period. And we're out. Right, that's it,
this
girl.
was actually good, bestie. This was actually
it's good.